G'day folks, what's it been? 3 weeks since I put a vid up? I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to do much to the car. I've been actually took on a bit of work, which is nice because I need the money, but it didn't give me much time to do any work on the car. But I have actually done a little bit. Oh, this fire's good. And I plan on doing a little bit more now, so I'm getting back into the vids. But I've had a couple of things sort of hold me back, or especially one thing, my BT50, or my Mazda, that I use every day, and I tow this trailer with it. It's got a real nasty tick in it. And I'm suspecting an injector's starting to foul up or play up. And it's a common rail diesel, so it's got electronic injectors in it. And I've been told they're very finicky. Apparently they don't like any sort of anything more than about 1 micron with contaminated fuel, and you'll have issues. Whereas I did find out that the filter, the OEM filter, is only capable of bringing it down to 4 micron. So I don't know what's going on there. I've decided not to drive it, just to hold off until I've got a diesel mechanic I'm taking it to tomorrow, and he's going to have a look at it. So we'll go from there anyway. So, because I did have the car booked in Friday, just gone. It's Sunday today, and at the dyno to sort of finish it up and hopefully get it all sorted. But anyway, that's okay. I'm not stressing over it. That's right. It's just patience. I've jetted the carb up too, guys. So I've gone up 2 sizes. So from 82 to 84 on the primary, because it was a little bit lean in the primary when we did do a sort of I don't know what they call it, like a pull to a certain speed, and I was still in the primaries and loaded it up. It wasn't bad, but I thought a couple of jet sizes, try and fatten it up a little bit there. And I've gone another 2 in the rear, because I don't want to sort of have too much of an issue with from primary to secondary and sort of go real dead rich, if you understand what I mean. So that's why I sort of went up 2 in the primary and 2 in the secondary. And the secondary's gone from 94 to 96. So hopefully it'll even itself out a little bit, and we'll take it from there. I'm not too concerned about going a little bit rich with the E85, because I know it loves it. It's an incredible fuel really, because it doesn't seem to. With pump fuel, guys, if you go too rich, it just really starts to put the flame out, and it just chokes up and fouls your plugs. Whereas what I found with E85, it seems to clear itself very quickly. You can be a slightly rich condition, and it doesn't seem to worry it too much on the throttle. It just seems to just want to keep pulling. So it's awesome fuel, this E85. I love it. We're into winter now, guys, so the last sort of month we've had some fairly cool weather, and I've been struggling to start it, guys. Oh, it's been terrible. It's been really shocking. But I've overcome it, and I've come up with an awesome trick to get this thing going within sort of 15 minutes. Even from, well, the lowest temp I've done it was 3 degrees, I've tried it, Celsius. And it just fires straight up. The first time it happened, I tried putting pump fuel in, or gasoline. No good. It was just hopeless. It was. So, and the old starter motor didn't like it. The second time round, I put an electric blanket, it's like a throw rug, over the motor, and I just left it on for 3 to 4 hours, and I got it going. A bit of warmth in the engine and everything. And I thought there must be a better way, and it just clicked. Why don't I try and warm the fuel up? So what I went and did, I've got a little furnace heater, and I positioned it right just near the carb, and left it on for about 15 minutes, and she fired straight up. I couldn't believe it, folks. I really couldn't. You can have a stone cold engine, but as long as you warm the fuel up, I don't know, 30, 40 degrees, whatever it is, it didn't feel hot, it was just warm. It's just enough to get it going and ignite it and sort of enough just to keep the thing running. And it was perfect, so I love it. It's so easy now to get going. If I want to in the morning, like I said, just put the heater on it, 10 minutes and away she goes. So that's a little trick for the carb guys that are struggling with your E85 in cold weather. I don't know how you do it with E85, unless you've got some way of warming your fuel up or whatever. But for the carb gurus, for us carb guys, it's an awesome trick. When I pulled the carb down, guys, to redo the jets, I did notice there was a little bit of white, like a bit of white sort of haze over it, and it was starting to sort of to contaminate inside the bowls. I've done a little bit of research on it, and as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, but from what I've learned, it seems to be the fuel is reacting with the ethanol, and it's not doesn't seem to be real compatible long term. So I'm going to get some Lucas fuel stabiliser and just sort of drop it into the tank. Because I've got the return reg on it, it'll self-mix itself, get it into the carb when I go to put it into storage, like between meats. I'll just put a bit in it, and hopefully that'll sort of settle the carb and stop that sort of the start of the gumming, if you understand what I mean. The fuel in the containers doesn't seem to worry it. I've checked all that out. There doesn't seem to be anything going on there, but it seems to be just in the carb. And I've pulled the filters back off. I can't notice anything in the filters, but I think there's just air getting into the carb because it's got the vent pipes and all that on it, and it seems to be reacting that way. So, like I said, put some Lucas fuel stabiliser in it, and hopefully that'll eradicate that little thing. I'll learn as I go, guys. This is what it's all about, the E85. I'm just learning and just working with it as I go. I've done something to the car, guys, in the last this week. I've had an odd hour here and there, and I've done a little bit to this sort of back part of the car, and I'll show you. I think it looks really good. It looks bloody awesome. I haven't finished it, obviously. It's not painted, and I'm still working on it. But I've started on my rear, what would you call it? My rear NASCAR inspired wing. What do you think of that, guys? So far. It's actually quite solid the way it is now, but I think I need to, I'm thinking, guys, I'm going to add a little bit of extra gusseting. I'll just set that up and I'll walk back and show you. Yeah, I'll do that, obviously this side, and I'll do the other side with it, and I'm thinking of actually putting another sort of 2, so that'll be 4, and I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we've got 7 on this one. Yeah, they're not, the thing with the rear, I like the style of it. I think it sort of keeps in that early muscle sort of look. They offer good downforce, but they do create a bit of drag. But I'm happy to sacrifice a little bit of drag for a good downforce and the looks. I think it'll look fantastic. Obviously I'll paint it black, spray it up. I'll take the boot off, and I'll do it when it's all sort of done. I've used that, guys. I've used the T-Rex. If any of you guys want to know, that's the Pseudo T-Rex Power, they call it. It's a polymer. It's bloody awesome stuff. Look at the rating there they say on it. 320 kilo pull on it over I think it's 100mm by 100mm surface area. That's pretty incredible. So to rip that off, you would have to really pull on it. So I think an extra, like I said, the extra 4 gussets in the front will really add to the strength, and I think it'll look quite good when it's all painted up. So finally done something about it. I like the back of it. I think it looks really good. It's a 70-degree pitch, and apparently NASCAR run that. You can see the curve in it too. It's got a slight curve where it follows the edge of the boot around. Yeah, I think it looks quite good. Well, I might fire it up actually and take it outside and show you guys in the outside and see what she looks like. Got a bit of wind today. We've had 2 inches of rain yesterday. It was unbelievable. And now the wind's back. Bit of snow up on the mountains again. Yeah, it's fantastic. So we're running 22 degrees total timing, and hopefully now when we get back on the dyno we can get the fuel right and make a little bit more power than 427 last time. And if it all goes really well, guys, I'm going to go up in boost. I wouldn't mind sort of getting up around 12 pound, but I've got a jet for it, obviously, and we'll see how we go with that. We'll just have a little tentative pull on 12 pound, and if it's starting to go lean, I'll pull the foot out of it and I'll address the carb, because ultimately I think 12 pound would be a nice figure for this combination. I really feel would just be fantastic, and if that's sort of around 550 plus horsepower at the wheels, 550, 600, I think it'd be just spot on. Because you've got to remember, guys, I drive this very gingerly with the foot, so just because I'm running a little bit higher boost doesn't mean I'm going to use it all. Alright guys, I'll fire it up and we'll go from there. Well, I think it's going to look real nice, guys, when it's all done and painted black. Awesome. I love it. I've got a fella who's making a pie cut 45-degree tip for my out of stainless 4-inch for me for the beast here, because I feel I'd like to be able to just angle it down and sort of shoot it down. I think it'll look really nice too, so rather than just stick out like that. So I think that'll just add a nice little sort of touch to it. Great. Oh dear, stuck in the middle of winter now. Alright folks, I'll sign off from here, and I'll put one up soon. There's a couple of little things I want to sort of talk about. And hopefully very soon I can get it back on the dyno. And I'm going to have that camera rolling this time, guys, inside the car, and I'll show you the telemetry on it all as we're sort of pulling up on the revs and build some boost. Be good data too. Never thought of it last time. Alright guys, I'll pop one up soon. Catch you later.